Your objective for lesson 27 is I will find the area and perimeter of different figures. And for this lesson, I actually printed out the homework page for you to do as the problem set, because the problem set I didn't like as much as I did the homework page. So it's going to say lesson 27 homework, but that's what we're going to use for the problem set. And we're actually going to go straight to that for this lesson, and that's all we're going to do for this lesson is work through the front and back page of the homework, and then it'll be ready for you to do the exit ticket. Okay, so you'll kind of have to flip back and forth on your homework paper to do this, and that's why I put them right here side by side, because you're going to have to find the perimeter and area and record it on the chart that you have on the back side of your homework page. So for the first part, on the front side of the homework page, it says record the perimeters and areas of the rectangles on the chart, or in the chart on the next page. So we're going to have to record the perimeter and area, and it also is asking us for the length and the width. We're going to have to put down what we would multiply, the two numbers that we would multiply to find the area. So I think that the first thing that we can do, because it will be the easiest, is just to write down the length and width of each one of these rectangles and then find the area, because all we will have to do is multiply the side lengths, and then we'll come back and find the perimeter where we have to add them all up together. So what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you fill in this part of the chart, putting in the side lengths that they're giving you, and then multiply those side lengths together to find the area. And once you have that part of the chart filled out and you're ready to move on to the perimeter, you may push play. Okay, so your chart should look like mine, where we've put in all of the side lengths and then we multiplied those side lengths to find the area. So if you just want to check yours with mine right now to make sure you're ready to move on to the perimeter. And then I'm going to do one of the perimeters with you, and then I'm going to let you do the rest of them. So I know that this side's 6 and this side is 6. And the way that I made mine, like I kind of, whenever I pasted this picture on here, I kind of made it smaller so it makes the shapes look a little bit different. But on your paper, shape A is actually a square, but whenever I made this smaller, it made it look more of a rectangle. So mine is actually a square. So on your paper, and the actual chart is where we're going to put the addition sentence, and then underneath the addition sentence is where we're going to put down what the perimeter is equal to. So I want you to put 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6, because all squares have the same side lengths. They're all equal, so I know that each side of this square, which actually looks like a rectangle on my screen, is going to be 6. So whenever you add 6 together 4 times, that's the same thing as saying 4 times 6. So the perimeter is going to be 24 centimeters. And then you're going to do the same thing for all of the other shapes. The only other shape that was a square was D, and once again it looks like a rectangle on my paper, but it's not. It's actually a square, so you'll know that all of these side lengths are going to be 5, but you're just going to have to look at the opposite sides to know what the missing side lengths are on your rectangles, and then you're going to put down your addition sentence in the chart, and you're going to put down underneath it what the perimeter of those rectangles are. So once you have filled in the chart with all of the perimeters of these shapes, or all of these shapes, you may push play to check it. Okay, so now your chart should look just like mine looks. And all you have to do now is answer questions B, C, and D, and they're pretty easy questions. So I'm going to let you answer those questions, and then push play to check them once you have answered those questions, and then we'll be ready to move on to the exit ticket. And this lesson was pretty short. So answer questions B, C, and D, and push play when you're ready to check them. Okay, so question B said, what do you notice about the perimeters of rectangles A, B, and C? And whenever you look back at the chart, rectangles A, B, and C all had a perimeter of 24, so they all had the same perimeter. And then that's the exact same question for number C, or for letter C, and perimeters D, E, and F for those rectangles were all the same as well. And then question D said, which two rectangles are squares? And it says, which square has the greatest perimeter? A and D are both squares. I know they don't look like it on this screen, but they look like it on your paper. And A has the greatest perimeter. So now you're ready to move on to the exit ticket. Once you have completed this, you may bring it to me.